Right, coming back home, we want to go, and of course back in Kenya, the government is expected to continue fighting off growing criticism over the state of the economy. The opposition coalition code that addressed a news conference a short while ago is accusing the government of borrowing too much and failing to control corruption. Experts estimate that the country's debt has grown by 60% over the last 2.5 years. The debt is now estimated at more than 40 billion shillings every month. The government insists that the debt level is manageable and that the seeming turbulence will calm down in the next few weeks. Well, we now want to speak to ODM Member of Parliament for Mbalambala, Aiden Abdi, who is joining us from our city center studio just to give us a heads up of what has been taking place. We understand that there was a press conference. Maybe you can bring us up to speed with what exactly was stated in that particular conference.
Right, yeah, thank you very much for having me. What we talked about today is pretty much being the watchdog for the Kenyan people as the opposition. We came up to challenge the government on the state of the economy. We are very concerned. We think that all is not well in the economy. We're looking at the numbers both in terms of debt, national debt and the way it's growing. We are also looking at interest rates and exchange rates. All the indications show or point towards an economy that is ailing, an economy that is not good. And we were also very concerned, or our press conference today was also the fact that from yesterday's press reportings, the head of state, the president, goes and tells Kenyans that all is well, nothing to worry about, the economy is good. And to the contrary, his CS for Treasury comes and says that we are in a plane that is currently experiencing serious turbulence and that Kenyans should only hope that things get better. And so we now come in to interrogate all the possible causes that, from our view, wrong policies taken, which have now put us to the situation where we are right now. And that was really the gist of the today's press conference.
What's the new idea? Do you have an idea, as sort of like a solution to what the way forward is? Because you've openly come out and indeed criticized the government over the state of the economy. But what is the solution according to your party?
The solutions that we suggest, first of all, let me say very clearly, and we have said this time and again, our job is not necessarily to consult for the government and keep giving them solutions. They are the people entrusted right now to bring out reasonable policies that will govern our economy. Unfortunately, that is not happening. What we are saying is that, number one, the government is borrowing irresponsibly and with serious lack of accountability, like the case of the Eurobond, which we talked about today. The trend of interest rates is not looking good at all. The increases in taxes are also very, very worrying to an economy or Kenyan citizens who already feel a lot of pressure. You do not look for solutions by creating more problems for the ordinary citizen. So we are saying really that those are the key issues that the government needs to handle. That irresponsible borrowing needs to stop. Lack of accountability is not just borrowing. The Eurobond, for example, is actually covered by such a huge lack of clarity to the whole process and to the monies, to the extent that to this very day we really cannot tell how much exactly of the money that was borrowed from the Eurobond was used as was. The other thing we have with the government is that the Eurobond was approved by Parliament based on two things. Number one, that the money was going to be used to retire the syndicated loan which existed, which was now maturing at that point in time. And secondly, that the money was going to be used for infrastructure development. Unfortunately, we are now seeing a case where the government is coming out and giving us a long list of ministries and departments where the Eurobond money went to, where really the money was clearly spent on normal budgetary support, contrary to what Parliament approved for. So really these are the key issues which are saying, or indications that we are pointing to the government of how things are going wrong, and we are demanding that immediate corrections be done to those before the situation gets worse.
Well, you are a member of parliament. Is there a solution as members of parliament on this particular issue? Because there's so many things being thrown around from the opposition and of course the government saying that the turbulent times are going to end soon. But from your end as members of parliament, are we looking to have any solution moving forward?
Really what we will be doing as Parliament is we will be scrutinizing and talking to Treasury quite a lot more to understand the gist of the whole story. Let me just put it simple. The Eurobond, for example, the $2 billion US plus additional $0.5 million, which was later on came on, which unfortunately is not even being talked about much. So really it's 2.5 billion US dollars. That money was under Article 206 of the Constitution, subsection 1, required or supposed to have been paid into the consolidated fund account, which was not the case in this case. It was put into foreign bank accounts out there, and that meant that the controller of budget, contrary to the law, had no way to approve payments from that particular account. So really as Parliament, our responsibility now is there is a clear lapse of the Constitution here, clear violation of the Constitution here. And I think as Parliament, it is our responsibility to look onto those issues, and I want to leave it at that now, because we are looking at these issues as Parliament now, as committees of the House right now, and I'm sure we will be digging deep into those, and the public will see it as we interrogate these particular issues and recommend appropriate actions against those who have violated that. So really what we want to say is that the economy isn't going in the right direction. We're being talked of the SGR. The reason why our exchange rate is doing so poorly is that, unfortunately, contrary in my belief to the Constitution as well, we have had to amend our PFM laws so that the Chinese who are sponsoring the SGR, the railway line that is basically talked about, instead of bringing in money to the country and to the economy, they bring in equipments which are valued, which then is translated into a loan. So really, Kenya has incurred a debt, but no physical money has moved into our economy. These are the causes of the problems and the exchange rate and the interest rate issues that we are seeing now happening. And I believe as Parliament we will be scrutinizing these issues into a lot more details.
Thank you very much, ODM Member of Parliament from Balambala Aiden Abdi, speaking to us on the news conference that just ended, where of course the ODM party called in general speaking about the state of the economy, demanding for solutions.